It's your Cosmic Auntie here with the monthly tarot reading. This could be interesting for Cancer suns, Cancer moons, Cancer risings, any kind of Cancer placement or transit that you may be exploring in your personal chart. Maybe your water energy is something you're really learning about these days. I don't know. Maybe this just came across your page somehow, and however this video found you, I'm just glad you're here. So please feel welcome to stay if you would like. Cancer, I've received a very interesting image for you. It was one image, then two images, and now it's kind of together. And I look forward to seeing what we can talk about energetically today, because I look forward to leaning into it more. And the image, the first one, was this like hot, steaming croissant being ripped apart, like steamy, like I could smell it. Like it was beautiful, you know, like it ripped completely apart. It was hot, it was fresh, it was soft, it was crispy, it was like everything it was like a perfect croissant. So the next image that I got was of a like lighter, but it was like a torch lighter, and it like started with a big flame, and then the flame went totally tight and like pointed, you know, like with blue, and like you could barely see it. So interesting. The first thing I kind of thought was actually Pisces video. It kind of gives me a similar energy. It's not going to be exactly the same, but there's a similarity to it when it comes to exploring duality, different sides. Their video is called Sweet and Sour, and I sense that there's a certain kind of softness and fierceness that we're going to be exploring within your energy, Cancer. So let's jump in and start with tarot, and then I'm going to do some oracle after from the Lightworker Oracle. And this is called the Raven's Prophecy deck. It's one of my favorites, one of my oldest decks, and I hope that you enjoy. So let's start. And as I shuffle, Cancer, always check in with your own inner knowing, okay? As you pay attention to these videos, like filter these messages into the places that they resonate, you know, reminding yourself you do not make anything fit, okay? This is like a energetic buffet. Take what you want and leave the rest. You know yourself best, okay? I as your Cosmic Auntie, want to come alongside you and assist you in your walk in life, and celebrate you, and hopefully present some energetic frequencies that will resonate with you and assist you in gaining greater clarity, okay? So let's lean into this image. First card out, 10 of Swords. So there is things that you're healing that have been very painful in the past, okay? There's things that have hurt really, really bad, and have left, you know, swords in your back, swords all through you that have been super painful. And 10 of Swords is all the things, you know, that have happened already. So this could be, you know, yesterday, last month, last year, 10 years ago, 10 months ago, 10 weeks ago, whatever this means for you. I can sense that there's like past pain that is very much presenting to you, that is affecting you. And again, if you're feeling called, go check out Pisces video. There may be some messages for you there. Like this is very similar with the image of the, you know, the croissant and the blowtorch lighter thing. Is like there's this kind of catalyst from pain that really can teach us about how to protect our softness, our nutrients. Like I keep hearing, you know, like a croissant is something you eat, but it was also like this ooey gooey deliciousness, fresh and hot and yummy, right? And that's very much, it reminds me of you so much, Cancer. It really, really does. And so like you have this core to you that's just so ooey gooey, you know, and like delicious and warm and nutritious. There's so much that you bring into your environment, right? how to protect that with like a laser focus, like kind of fierceness. So I sense your pain is teaching you where you need to show up for yourself. Your pain has, yeah, Chariot. I just saw that blowtorch again. The Chariot is very much like motion, and it is your energy, Cancer. It is change, it is action, it is, you know, like, so, and then there's the High Priestess. Interesting. Some of you may be really like addressing, yeah, and asserting and kind of standing up for yourself. Others of you may be really bringing your light into the places where you've been hurt, you know, and showing up for yourself, and what is the word I'm looking for? Strength. Showing up for yourself and nurturing yourself in the ways that you see fit in order to shift this energy, because there's so much I sense that you're shifting out of pain and into passion. Pain into passion, and that takes a lot of strength and courage, because you've gone into those places, you've brought this light into those dark places, you've like really looked and examined those swords, and like that is never like necessarily ever done. It's about understanding it's a relationship, right? Where life is intense at times, and it, you know, things hurt sometimes, and you know, can't always control that, but there is a way that you can learn about how to respond to those things and show up for yourself. And that's very much what I sense from you, Cancer, is there's an awareness of how to show up for yourself, and how, you know, it's not even a silver lining, but like what has caused pain. Also, there's lessons that I sense you really learning that are fueling your way forward in the way that, like, pain into passion, pain into passion. And the Strength card is also really about like coming to an awareness and even embracing your inner beasts, you know, like your duality, your nature. You are the croissant and you are a laser blowtorch, you know. I just also saw like a hand touching a flame and being like, ow, hot. So there's things in your past that you've learned that have, you know, hurt you, singed you. And that is really what's bringing, you know, again, fueling forward in this like sense of confidence and embracing your duality. 5 of Cups. Again, the things where you felt let down, where you felt sad, where you felt disappointed. There's this like amalgamation of those things. Like there's this an acceptance of those things. There's like a validation of those things. That's really powerful, Cancer, to radically self-love yourself, right? Like to love yourself radically. That means like embracing the darkness and the lightness and incorporating, you know, amalgamating it all together. And darkness does not mean evil or bad. There's things in the darkness that we feel like when we've been hurt. Like there's things that internally express themselves in ourselves. And that's what I'm really meaning, this internal self with the external self, allowing this like diversity and this, you know, duality and complexity. You can be, you know, lots of things. You don't have to be always this soft, sweet like croissant to be eaten by everybody, right? You know, and you also don't have to be hardened and sharp and like, you know, there's an acceptance of both, and then there's an alchemy that I sense is happening here. Hanged Man. yeah, another, like being able to flip around and see like different sides of yourself, to explore different perspectives, try different things, you know, and ultimately, like, yeah, pain into passion. Pain into passion. What else is coming up for Cancer? Did one flip over? No. There we go. Oh, that's way too many. But the Page of Coins keeps showing up too. There's things that you may be seeing grow at this time, you know? And there's so much potential with it. Some of you may be starting new relationships or have started new relationships. You know, some of you maybe have started a project or part of, you know, like a new kind of realm in your work life. Maybe some of you have been working on your home, moving, anything like how, you know, results in earth energy, abundant, like kind of comfortable earth energy. There might be growth in your business, yeah, growth in your relationships, and ultimately a security in yourself, Cancer, feeling more at home in your body and more at home in your environment. Again, look at this beautiful soft petals, these blooms with these thorns. You can be, you know, you're allowed to have an edge a little bit, Cancer, but also you are allowed to be soft and bloom, and the arenas and the areas in which you feel comfortable are where I sense you've been learning, like, you know, and being very discerning about the people, places, and things in which you do bloom, because there's times, like, you are such a loving kind of energy that sometimes with, you know, maybe you were more open and these experiences, yeah, burned a bit, and these are the places where you've been bringing in your light and your awareness to show up for yourself. Light in the darkness, pain into passion. And there's things that have been really growing in your environment that you see that are yeah, that really have a growth potential, that create security and safety, and you know, nurture you as well. Like, so yeah, Spirit really is proud of you, because there's so much that you have, there's so much internal work that I sense here, and seeing that internal work really blossom in the external is something I really see Spirit being like, congratulations. So whether or not you are, you know, in a relationship, you find it very healthy, you can really be yourself, you're allowed to have like different sides to you, you're allowed to be, you know, like, and you're allowed to express yourself, you're allowed, you know, like, there's things in that, like, being more comfortable to bloom and more having more of an edge is what I really see. And I guess, yeah, again, Spirit's just really proud of you. Keep picturing this rose. This is very much like a perfect image of how this energy feels. Cancer. And the King of Coins is like very confident and successful, loyal, committed individual, you know. And so I sense that from you, and the balance between having some thorns to make sure you're protecting your peace, protecting yourself, and but also being inviting and open and blossoming and taking up the space that is your birthright, Cancer, and feeling better in your body, feeling more passion, and, you know, moving, driving forward with change. These places of pain seem to be really informing you in regards to what is important and valuable to you, and that is you're really starting to see that manifest and grow in right before your eyes. And that, yeah, so there's things happening real world, like in the physical world, that are directly involved with the Taurus video might be something that you might enjoy too, if you feel called to, is that there's Taurus and I talked about how the inside matching the outside and the outside matching the inside. That's what we talked about. As Taurus has been working very hard, for the Tauruses that resonate with that video anyway, working very hard on matching the inside to the outside, outside to the inside, so they're seeing their authenticity reflect in their environment. So that's kind of what we talked about, and this is kind of, the energy is kind of bringing me into that. So if you feel called, go check Taurus's reading as well. They also might have some messages for you. Because Cancer, I sense that this healing and this drive towards passion and purpose and freshness is really, you know, starting to reflect in your environment with people, places, things that, you know, match that drive and that frequency of you, and are individuals that are wanting to walk alongside you in their own kind of walk, in their own authenticity, but leading towards a similar place. There's like-minded people, places, things that I sense are, you know, you're interfacing with, and that's really cool. Is there anything else for Cancer? The Chariot is also about the head and the heart, masculine, feminine, light, dark, these dualities that we experience, and the relationship between those things, and finding and reaching in and clasping between the dualities. There's always that like there's a spectrum that exists there to explore, right? So like I notice with the Chariot, you know, it's not going to move anywhere if the head and the heart aren't kind of working together. So there's kind of this way of bringing the head and the heart together, Cancer, to address and acknowledge and validate the pain that you've experienced, and that is fueling this drive, this vision that's growing and blooming. So you got the Death card and the Empress, which is very interesting energy. Again, Taurus may be very helpful. The Taurus video might have some messages for you. There's so much that is shedding away, and that you have shed away in order to feel more comfortable in your environment, in your body. And I just saw like a bunch of garden beds with nothing in them, just fresh soil. So there's a new beginning here. There's things that you've overturned those garden beds and put fresh soil in them, so that you can grow what you want to grow, and can continue to build what you want to build, right? And fill out the space like that is your birthright. And so much has probably changed in your environment, but I sense it's like some things that are of your own kind of doing, and also life being life, and you making choices that are for the healthiest for you because of life, because we can't control everything. But there is kind of an element of that, like coming back to the croissant and the blowtorch. There's so much of an exploration of all the different sides of you, right? And allowing a little bit of fierceness, or maybe allowing a little bit more softness, and knowing that you're allowed to be both, and to amalgamate all these energies into who you are and who you're discovering yourself to be, and how life is unfolding. There's a whole story of like really kind of connecting with your free will again, like really knowing that you do have a say, but life is also life. So, because the Death card here is natural change. I feel like Cancer, you may be feeling more, feeling more secure in yourself and in your environment, and that's taken a lot of time. Some of you may be still working through that. Some of you may be working towards that. Some of you may be really inspired by that. Like, okay, really desiring to be more comfortable in your body, and your environment is the drive from that painful place to kind of bloom and blossom and grow. So I hope that this has made sense, because and I hope that this was helpful in some way to those of you who've resonated with any of this. I want to say congratulations, because there's so much that I sense you've learned about yourself, Cancer. And there's things in your environment that are really matching your energy in a positive, healthy way. You're also seeing, you know, the blossom of your hard work, and really see a successful energy take place because of it, and feel like there's this, it's cool. It's really, really cool. Let's do some Oracle and see what's going on with Oracle. What's coming up for Cancer? Whoa. So we've got 3. We've got Master Healing. I wonder if I can put this there. Master Healing. Sorry if that's Divine Talents. And the Heart Transmission. Very cool, Cancer. Let's start with this one. Master Healing, 2 3s, 33. I've got 3, the Empress. So yeah, like really bringing in this like kind of regal energy, feeling in control of your environment, feeling like you're in the driver's seat of your life and yourself, having the ability, you know, really bringing your ideas forth and building them. The Empress is like this fertile mother energy that brings things, that bursts things and brings things to life, like, you know. Okay, so let's see. 33. Master Healing. As you meditate, remain true to what inspires your heart and commit to your spiritual path. That's very Page of Wands. You become an increasingly powerful healer. You are here to live your own life, to be true to what genuinely moves you. Wow. The unconditionally loving guide and ascended master Serapis Bey comes to you now with a blessing of master healing to further your success on your path. Maybe if you're feeling called to Google Ascended Master Serapis, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, Serapis space Bey. So that could be something of further learning for you. But there's so much here. It's a perfect way to summarize this reading. Remain true to what inspires your heart and commit to your spiritual path. This is very much so present in your energy. And you'll become an increasingly powerful healer. You are here to live your own life, to be true to what genuinely moves you. I feel like that is such a realization in this energy, Cancer, and really like stepping forward in your life with that, like on the forefront, knowing that that is your birthright. I want to keep saying birthright. You were allowed to live your own life, and if it's, you know, making sure that it's not harming anyone else or it's not at the detriment of anyone else. It is from the depth of your being. Places that you've learned that have been hot and painful have shown you like what is really valuable to you, and I sense you moving forward with that. So let's do this one, Divine Talents, because there are so many things that in this reading and in this energy that I sense are like, yeah, gifts and talents you are bringing forward, and how, you know, diverse and eclectic they are. And I sense too that as you share them and as you know, develop relationships with people that are kind of matching your energy, expressing and showing you affection in a healthy way, you're seeing this like grow. You're seeing people who want to encourage your talents and support your talents. There's a growth there, and that's also exciting. So what is that number again? Sorry, I keep getting carried away. 39. You are a talented soul. Over many lifetimes, you have developed your spiritual abilities to channel higher awareness, attract healing energy, and radiate light to uplift the consciousness of those around you. Your divine talents are many and uniquely expressed through you. Your talents do not have to resemble those of another to have their own insurmountable value. Do not be afraid to use them. Yes, Cancer, you are such a gift. You really are. You know, like there's so much that you offer, there's so much that you give back to that croissant, like pulling it, like really this like delightful experience, right? Your energy, and also the thorns. Using your gifts and being present, being authentic to you, knowing that like you have your boundaries, and through your, again, these painful experiences, having more of a discerning clarity when it comes to people who are wanting to drain your energy, and moving towards people that really uplift your talents, celebrate you, and just like, there's so much with that. Okay. 37, heart transmission. Keep using your gifts, Cancer. Keep discovering your gifts, sharing your gifts. And this garden is growing. And it's okay to, protect it, put up the fence, and have, invite who you want into it. And the garden is going to bloom no matter what, and it's going to affect the world no matter what. But keeping energies kind of at bay that are draining and have been painful is totally all right. And also addressing those things within you. Like there's a lot that I sense are shedding internally that you're not holding on to anymore. So cool. Okay, 37. And we'll finish with this, okay? The heart transmission. Your heart is capable not only of giving and receiving love, but of connecting you to a great network of beings that resonate in the highest frequencies of divine love. Through your heart, you can receive information and guidance from networks of light that fill our universe. As you learn to open your heart to receiving these transmissions, your ability to work with group consciousness in a loving way increases. You shall affect humanity in a loving way, influencing the collective rather than allowing the lower frequencies of the collective to overwhelm you. Wow. Perfect way to conclude this reading. There's so much of like you're awakening into your healing abilities and your natural talents, and discovering the depths and the diversity and the facets of you, and incorporating them into who you are, how you express yourself. And there's a certain love and protection that you have energetically in regards to your spiritual gifts, but it's also like not stopping you from sharing them either. There may be a point where you've really and now there's a balance between, again, that clarity and the discernment when it comes to people who want to, drain, and not allowing that, but not also stopping yourself from shining either, and sharing the beauty that is you. So much of you are having these there's spiritual awakenings I sense in this energy, and remembering that you are a healer, that you are here for such an important purpose, and it is to just be you, because you heal just by your authenticity, okay? So there's a line that I really want to work with here, because some of you really may be very sensitive to collective energy. I think that most Cancers are actually very sensitive to collective energy. So turning into the heart here. As you learn to open your heart to receiving these transmissions, your ability to work with group consciousness in a loving way increases. So you're getting lots of spiritual support. Through your heart, you can receive information and guidance from networks of light that fill our universe. So you're finding your own way with that, and knowing and really leaning into being an individual within a collective, Cancer? Choosing to keep putting effort and action and spending time with those that feel like home to you, and vice versa, and really seeing your garden grow around you. Going back to the Six of Wands, like there's so much to celebrate, and I feel like Spirit is really recognizing you. So enjoy this blossoming. You've worked hard for it, and are going to be only growing stronger and moving forward in your life in ways that feel good, and have healthy coping mechanisms when it comes to things that hurt, and remembering you are a spiritual being having an earthly experience, and tuning your heart into the source love of existence to assist you in the things that you are finding yourself needing at that time, and assisting you in learning about how to work with group consciousness as well, so it doesn't, overwhelm, and you don't either shrink or, again, the blowtorch. You amalgamate all the sides, and allow yourself to experience the diversity in emotions. There's no actual cups here, but the Chariot is your energy, and you are water energy, and there's your movable energy, your freshness. You are the river, Cancer. So I sense that there's things that maybe some dams removed, and allowing that river to flow more, the power to release, and to be in more of a natural state. Keep using your gifts, sharing your gifts, discovering your gifts. I love you very much, and I hope this was helpful in some way, and I will talk to you next month.